So before we get started, I have a couple questions for you guys, just to kind of lead your thought process through the webinar. Keep these three things on your mind. Number one, how are you currently leveraging your website to generate leads? That can be form submissions. It could be any type of content from blogs, videos. It can even be SEO ads. But how are you currently leveraging your website to generate leads? Question number two, how would you rank the following in terms of importance to your business? So, what would be your business's main source of generating those leads? Whether it's white papers, videos, social, ads, SEO, blogs. How do most leads on your website, or how do most leads come in through your website? And question number three, does lead scoring play a role in your marketing? If so, how is it used? Some of you may know what lead scoring is, some of you may not. We'll actually go through later in regards to lead scoring, and we're going to actually give you some best practices and tips on that as well. But without further ado, welcome to the Marketing Automation Bootcamp. A quick overview of what we'll be talking about today. What is marketing automation? Why is it important? How to engage your prospects and customers. The alignment between marketing automation and CRM. And at the end, we will have a brief Q&A session just in case you have any questions for me or Brandon regarding the webinar or regarding Acton. Please let us know. We'll be sure to get those answered. All right, so marketing automation, CRM's counterpart. We often find in today's world that whenever someone gets a CRM, they more than likely get a marketing automation platform, or they already have a marketing automation platform. The reason is they intertwine very closely, almost essentially to each other. With marketing automation, those leads you're sending to your salespeople to the CRM, they become better leads. They become better for you and better quality for you because you're sending them better leads to convert on, and they also make you look better as well. In fact, 61% of B2B marketers send all leads directly to sales, but only 27% of those leads are actually qualified or ready to talk to sales. Marketing automation definitely helps with that. It helps you put your name, your company, your face in front of that leader contact, helps them with their own personal research. We'll actually dive into some more statistics later regarding that customer lifecycle and buying process. So what is marketing automation? That is a very broad topic and a very broad answer, but I'm actually going to do my best to simplify that. Marketing automation, it basically streamlines, automates, and measures marketing tasks and workflows. So that can range from email marketing to nurture campaigns, social, your forms, landing pages, any type of integrations you have going, whether it's through your CRM or through a Google AdWords, webinar platform, etc. That is what marketing automation basically puts in one tool, which is what makes it so important to businesses nowadays because it breaks down those barriers. We'll actually go more into detail into that later, but it breaks down those barriers and puts everything into one, increasing efficiency. So why would you even use marketing automation? Well, there are several reasons. One would be, well, actually, I'm going to group them all together: research, reviews, and social. The reason I say that is because 70% of the buying process is actually complete by the time a prospect is ready to engage with sales. So by the time a salesperson is talking to them, they've already done their own personal research. They've already received content from you guys. They've probably already looked at a white paper, read a blog from your website, searched you guys, read some reviews. Um, I even looked up you guys' Twitter page or your company's Twitter page, Facebook, LinkedIn to really see if you're a trusted industry leader before your salesperson have even contacted them. And marketing automation gives you the ability to put that information in front of them. So by the time that your salesperson does get to call them, over half the work is already done, making it a lot easier to convert and making the quality of your leads so much higher. So more than a funnel, a journey. A lot of people nowadays, I would say, are not necessarily doing away with the concept of a funnel, but they're trying to focus more on a customer journey. Customer journey, making it a lot more personal, using a lot more data. Not just trying to hit a wide range and hoping something sticks. We're actually going to go through each phase, in terms of unified approach to the customer lifecycle, breaking down the barriers between silos, and also realizing the full potential of engagement data. I'm actually going to take you guys in Acton as well to show you how we use this. So for the unified approach to the entire customer lifecycle, I'm going to show you this as an example. This is the basic contact contact information or contact record and Acton. Obviously, this is a test contact, so excuse the name, but I thought Test McGee would be quite nice. Um, but as you can see through this timeline, it shows you how contacts or when contacts have interacted, whenever they first interacted, gives you a timeline, what programs they've entered, what they've downloaded, what forms they've viewed, and you can even filter that, to give you a more exact look of what you want to see. So you can tell your salesperson, hey, this person searched lead scoring 5 times. We came up. They went to our lead scoring webinar and they downloaded our lead scoring white paper. These dates, and in accordance to that information, you can actually get a better view of your customer or your prospect. So that's actually one of the most useful things in Acton, and we'll actually go over this later, which is an all-in-one view in terms of what they've seen, what they've searched, how they've clicked, and also their behavioral score or lead score. Now, in terms of breaking down the barriers between silos, to me, that means Acton or most marketing automation platforms in general are very integratable with whatever platforms you currently use, whether that's Salesforce, Sugar, Microsoft Dynamics, your Google tools, Google Analytics, Outlook, LinkedIn, so your social tools. It breaks down those barriers and puts all that data into one, giving you a more complete look of your lead or your contact, which is essential nowadays because you don't want everything completely separated. You want everything in one to give you a more complete look. So they're better to target and your salesperson knows exactly what to say to them. And also realizing the full potential of engagement data. I'm going to bring it back to here because to me, this is probably the bread and butter to me. I can go into any contact, look up exactly what they've searched, what they've registered for, their score, if they've clicked on anything. I can filter it as much as you really would want to filter it, and with all of that data, you can push that data to Sugar so your salesperson has the same look you do to give them a better idea of how to sell to them. So if once somebody submits a form to your website, they're automatically getting tracked throughout the entire process with you. And to me, that is definitely very useful, especially in today's world where a lot of people they'll go out and do their own personal information before even considering to call you. To a lot of you, this is very familiar. This is the customer life cycle, and we're actually going to go in detail in Acton of how to engage everyone through that entire customer life cycle, just so you know how to turn your website into a lead gen machine. From the attraction phase, generating awareness, capturing that information, emails, names, industries, titles, nurturing them down the line, whether that's drip programs, emails, campaigns, etc., um, to the point of conversion and expanding them to not just becoming a customer, but turning them into your customer, which is a big focus nowadays because most businesses actually generate revenue from returning customers or through loyalty. Um, so, big thing, turn a customer into your customer. Now, in the first phase of the attraction or the attract phase, we have different tools for SEO, SEM, social content marketing. Make sure you are utilizing all of them. Acton actually integrates with a lot of it integrates with WordPress, Drupal, other CMS sites. So, like I said, you can have all your information, all your website information. You can optimize for SEO in Acton. You can even create landing pages in Acton and also help with your distribution of content. Acton has a media library. That's where I use whenever I upload things to WordPress. I put it in Acton first. It's just a whole lot easier where your forms, your media, and your landing pages are all on the same, or all in the same location. And also social because Acton currently integrates with Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So it's somewhat of a one-stop shop in terms of attracting people to your website. Now, in terms of capturing information, this is where things get a little fun. Whether it's forms, emails, website prospectors, or events, I'm actually going to take you guys through and show you how what each of them look like in Acton, show you how easy it can be to generate leads or to capture information through forms, emails, events, and with a website prospector tool. All right, here we have a general sign up form. As you can see, very, very easy, very user friendly. You can choose your label name, your data field name, make particular fields required. You can drag and drop if necessary. Um, it also allows you to create your response message. Um, for some of you who have important forms, let's just say you have a demo form that you really need as soon as somebody submits information to that demo form, they get automatically pushed to sugar so a salesperson can reach out to them. That is where this is key. With this button right here. So you don't even have to worry about it. Your salesperson knows it's on its way and they'll be able to tell from that push where it's coming from so they know what exactly they've seen. And also you can pick which list that leader contact gets inputted into so you can know what drip program they get or what automated program they get inputted into. All right, next we have emails. I would say the email creator in Acton is probably one of the easiest ones I've used so far, and I've used everything from Pardot, Constant Contact, Mailchimp, um, obviously Acton, but this is probably, like I said, one of the most user friendly and has a lot of little tools that really benefit me from the day to day. Like you just seen before, it's very user friendly, drag and drop everything from rich text, greetings, form links, calendar invites, images, different layouts from basic section to a 2 column, 3 column, and also different styling options as well, and options for your stationery, background, border, etc. And also, it comes with a spam filter as well, or spam checker. So whenever you actually finish creating your email, you can click the checker and it'll tell you what are the chances of your email actually going to the spam folder, which is a very big problem in today's world. A lot of people, most emails sent out through drip programs or marketing go to the spam filter because they aren't checked, they aren't optimized for a particular inbox. And Acton definitely helps with that. Gets your emails to where they need to go. And here's the website prospector tool in Acton, which is something I use basically every day. It lets me know who's actually viewed the website, gives you real time data. Even if you don't know exactly what or where that person is coming from or what company they're with, the data that you get could be useful, let's just say, in retargeting your ads, because you know if somebody's viewing you in Georgia and they viewed particular pages, let's just say I'm going to use lead scoring as an example again. They're viewed the lead scoring page and they're searching you from this location. You can select, let's just say, Google Ads or LinkedIn or Twitter ads to target that specific area. And hopefully, in time, they will actually want to submit information so they become a known target. And then they will show up as a name in your website prospector. And then, in terms of events, we have the Cisco WebEx connector and GoToWebinar connector. Like I said, when you're breaking down the barriers between silos, you can really put everything in one. And actually, your webinar or your events connector, Acton actually allows you to create a automated program for them. So separately from your normal automated program to help you better promote for them for that webinar. So those are just a few ways to capture information via your website, via emails. Like I said, forms and landing pages probably the biggest thing. Optimize your landing page to the T. Acton does have a section where you can create your own landing page, and you can even check it for SEO in Acton. Now, the nurturing phase is probably one of my favorites. I'm going to go into detail in terms of scoring and segmentation and also automated programs. As I mentioned to you guys before, what is lead scoring, or how are you currently utilizing lead scoring? Some of you currently probably don't know what lead scoring is, and if you know what it is, are you necessarily utilizing it correctly? Um, this is the way lead scoring is set up in Acton. Lead scoring is basically giving points to a lead or a contact based on based on how they interact with you, whether they're opening an email, clicking on a message, viewing a form, clicking a social post, attending a webinar, check different pages on your website, whatever it may be, it gives them a particular score. And eventually you can set it up so that if a particular score or if a particular contact reaches, let's just say, a score of 50, they get pushed to sugar. They can either be pushed to sugar from a list or they can be pushed from an automated program. Either way, both ways very efficient. You can even do both if you would like to double check or if you would like to just continuously update that lead score. And another big thing that I've seen in Acton that I haven't seen anywhere else really in terms of lead score is the fact that you can separate your lead scoring sheets by whatever categories you feel important. So if you're trying to, for example, if you're trying to target the C-suite and you have a webinar about lead scoring and you have a CMO sign up for your webinar and then you have a marketing intern sign up for your webinar. The intern, let's just say, can get a score of a 10, but the C-suite employee or the CMO would get a score of a 50 because they're obviously more important. You want to reach out to them quicker. You want to give them a higher score because of their importance to your business and the fact that they do make the decisions for that company. So that's probably one of the bigger things I've seen in Acton and lead scoring that can be very useful. And if you're not utilizing lead scoring right now, then I recommend you utilizing it as soon as possible because it's definitely a great way to send qualified leads to your salespeople to the CRM. And also, this is an example of a automated program in Acton. As you can see with the emails, with the forms, even with this, everything is drag and drop, very user friendly. It's not complicated at all. You have different options to your right, whether that's wait until, send message, whether you want to whether you wanted to copy into a particular list or even create a record in Sugar CRM, like I was mentioning earlier. Let's just say a particular contact reaches a lead score. You want to create a record in Sugar CRM for them, or if they've seen too many of a particular message, you want to add them to opt out to not overbear them, to not put them in a situation where they have to opt out. You just give them a break and maybe input them in a different campaign. That's something that I like to do. I'll send a particular amount of emails, and then if they don't seem responsive, I'll wait a little bit to see how I can further retarget them. But as you can see, very visually pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, and user friendly. One of the big things with drip programs or with automated programs is if it doesn't, more than likely, if you look at it and it doesn't look like it makes sense, it probably doesn't. And in Acton, that is definitely the case. But luckily, it does make sense. Is it does look it looks like it makes sense. Um, Very aesthetically pleasing in terms of the flow of everything. And if you, like I said, if you haven't already utilized an automated program, whether that's for a drip campaign to increase loyalty, or just to send different things, create records, etc., send alerts, I would recommend you doing that as soon as possible. So, in terms of the conversion point, there's different ways or conversion can mean different things, such as lead distribution, increased intelligence, and sales acceleration. But I'm going to take you into Acton and show you how to convert your leads, your contacts that are ready, push them to your CRM, whether that's Sugar, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, Suite CRM, etc. Show you how to schedule that push, schedule that update to help your sales team convert. Here is in fact, let me start from right here. Let's just say you have a list and act on a marketing list. For instance, I'm going to use the Sugar CRM list as an example. You go to import, push to Sugar CRM. You can set a schedule for that push, whether that's hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. And the push doesn't necessarily mean all your contacts are going to be repeatedly uploaded and show you're creating a new contact. You can actually select options right here, add or update. So if you want to continuously update a contacts or lead scores to give a better view of what they've seen, then you can do that from here, which is actually very useful because the same your contact isn't going to have the same lead score today as it's going to have a month from now. But you also don't want to manually keep pushing repeatedly and repeatedly. So it's better to really automate that process, especially when you have people continuously viewing your website, going in and submitting information, updating their score. Now, in terms of that increased intelligence, I'm going to go back to this screen again. I keep harping on this screen because of how important it is in terms of collecting data, sending qualified leads to your sales team. The more you know, or the more your sales team knows, the easier it is for them to sell. You want to make it as easy as possible for them. They need to know as much as possible, and as a marketing person, this is key. So take a look. This is the bread and butter right here. Now, in terms of expansion, or the expand stage, I would say my favorite example of this would be building loyalty programs with specialty campaigns. With specialized campaigns, what that basically means is building loyalty with your programs. Just because somebody goes to your website or a contact or lead goes to your website and they've submitted a form, it doesn't necessarily mean they're ready to buy now. They could have went to your page for doing research and then but that doesn't mean you should automatically stop reaching out to them. That doesn't mean that you should keep out of contact with them. What that means is they're just not ready. So what do? You build loyalty by through a drip program. So whether that's a monthly message, quarterly message, weekly, etc., as they go, as you push more information to them, information that they need, not information that you just want to give, because that can also be the downfall of a lot of companies. You can keep pushing information to contacts that don't necessarily need the information as of that moment. They don't need that information. So you have to use that intelligence that you've seen in the previous screen to say, hey, they like a particular topic. They like a particular type of webinar, a particular type of email. So we're going to send that to them. And the drip program can be used to help build loyalty through that. Remember, as I said earlier, it's not necessarily about getting a customer or making a contact or a lead a customer. It's making them your customer, because your customers spend money over time instead of a one-time payment, which is key in today's business world. Definitely key. You want to turn them from a customer into your customer. So, who is currently using marketing automation? It's not specific to a particular industry. It's very widespread, from technology to consulting, advertising, marketing, manufacturing. More than likely, your competitor is using it, or your competitor's competitor is using a marketing automation platform, which makes it more and more important as time goes on. You don't want to be the, let's just say, out of 5 companies, 3 of them adopt marketing automation, and the fourth one is currently on their way. And you're thinking, oh, we currently have particular processes, whether that's paper or whether that's different software, using them separately. You definitely want to be able to integrate that and see all the data in one using marketing automation. All right, now here is the Q&A section. If anybody has any questions right now, please let me or Brandon know. Type them in the chat box, and we will get you that answered as soon as possible. And also, Brandon Contreras will actually be going into a more detailed look of the Acton tool. So if anybody has any questions or has anything in particular that you may want him to go through, please type and let him know. All right, Brandon, are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. Do me the favor of passing control of the screen over to me, and let's do a pretty good overview of Acton. And then if that sparks further interest and curiosity, we'll go significantly deeper into this. I just saw that you passed me control, and I'm going to use you as my designated barometer here. Are you seeing my screen? I'm moving my mouse up and down the center.
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So this is the home screen for Acton. So your marketing department, this is what you're going to see upon login. So all of your marketeers are given user IDs, passcodes. All could be administrators. That's not necessarily best practice. One could be the admin. We'll talk more about that throughout in the course of this conversation. But this is what you see when you log in. And to Travis's point, right? User-friendly interface. You're never going to get lost inside of Acton. 2 ways to navigate through this. On the left-hand side here is menu with topics that open up subtopics. And then, of course, this quick start menu, right, where most of your online marketing tactics are launched, managed, and tracked. For the course of this conversation, this is what I'm going to focus on, this quick start menu, because I'm going to touch on those tactics that you're able to launch, manage, and track from within Acton. Back to Travis's point, marketing automation. He provided a very eloquent definition of marketing automation, right? as or if you're a simpleton like me, right? This marketing automation thing, give me just the layman definition. Well, not necessarily textbook, but definitely layman style definition. Marketing automation, a platform or application, is that which takes all of your online marketing tactics, bundles them into one particular platform. Now, from one central location, you could launch, manage, and track everything. And then as a marketeer, you could see success, you could see failure across all channels. So statistics and analytics are provided in here, again, across all channels. So what's inside? Travis touched on a number of these. What do we have? The ability to launch, manage, track email campaigns. This is your bulk and broadcast email campaign feature. Many organizations have some familiarity with like a MailChimp, Constant Contact, Vertical Response, Exact Target, fill in the blank. This is an immediate replacement for either of those. We are an email service provider. This is where your bulk and broadcast email campaigns are now launch, manage, track. Full service reporting on success or failure of those messages, sense opens and clicks all the way down to the individual. User-friendly interface, drop and drag construction. Probably dive into that in the course of this conversation. Continuing, inside of Acton, not only do you have the ability to launch, manage, track email, but you can construct and deploy web forms as well as landing pages. So in times past, the marketing department would send a request over to web development. We need a web form for this, that, or the other. And web development will put you in a queue and say, good, acknowledged, we're going to build your web form and get back to you. Now, things have progressed quite rapidly. There's a variety of these types of web form constructors out there in the marketplace. Now, from within Acton, you can construct and deploy web forms on the fly. These are your contact me request forms. These are your registration forms, just like you used to register for this event. These could be surveys and the like. Landing pages, same flavor. Hey, web dev, we need a landing page for a particular something or something that we're going to do to advertise XYZ123. Web dev says, outstanding, gotcha, cool, coming at you. We'll let you know when it's ready. Now, you can construct these on the fly. Landing page, just a simple, straightforward page of information. Landing pages can be connected to your website. So there could be buttons on existing pages that take people to a standalone landing page. Landing pages can be connected to each other. One landing page connected to another and to another, etc. There can be links inside of emails that take people to landing pages. And again, I don't want to beat this drum too loudly because I think you understand. So the ability, again, to create and deploy landing pages is done on the fly. Further, a website prospector. Many an organization, if not the world, is familiar with Google Analytics. So this website prospector has some similarities to Google Analytics. We take it 5, 7 steps further. Because again, you're going to connect this to CRM or import your standalone database, okay? So now Acton knows/recognizes these individuals. So while Google Analytics is great for telling you, hey, these particular pages are getting visited by these particular organizations through reverse IP lookup, cool, fine. We do the exact same thing. We take it again steps further because of the people in your database, leads, contacts, targets, suspects, prospects, fill in the blank. Acton gets to know who these people are through their engagement. We could now tell you which individuals are on which pages, go as far as to send you alerts letting you know that William Taylor is visiting your pricing page. Further, as Travis mentioned, we have an integration with WebEx as well as GoToMeet as well as GoToWebinar. And what we're doing here is we're automating the process around online events and webinars. So if you think about the processes around a production of, let's say, this event, which is really where the hard work and effort lies, sending out invitations, coordinating all of the registration, promoting the event out to social and other channels, reminders leading up to the event and follow up after. That's a lot of stuff to do to produce an event. What about automating it all so that during the setup process, during the setup process of the event, everything can then be taken care of? Invitation, registration, promotion, reminder, follow up after the event. Now, why automate that process? Again, there's a lot of hard work and effort that goes into it. It could be time consuming, but if you're able to quickly automate it, if you're able to quickly set up an event and take care of all of those things, and it doesn't take that long, you can do significantly more events. Events like these are huge for lead generation. I don't have to tell you that. You're smiling and nodding. You get it. Automated programs, Travis showed those off. These are your drip campaigns or your lead nurturing sequences. Through that drag and drop interface, you can create an easy, straightforward, very basic, if not vanilla flavored drip campaign. Send William Taylor an email, wait 5 days. Send William Taylor another email, wait 5 days. Send, wait, send, wait. And those. We could quickly turn a drip campaign into more of a lead nurturing sequence and key off of behavior and engagement of individuals. Send William Taylor an email. If he opens it and clicks on a particular link inside that message, treat him different than everybody else and send him down a more specific, unique pathway based on that particular behavior. Wait, see how he acts, reacts, interacts with that message, and more conditional intelligence can be applied, completely up to you. Going back to kind of the simpleton, that's kind of the Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole approach. Effective. Travis showed off a little bit of the interface. I'll peek in here as time allows and show off the construction of automated programs. List management section, this is where we're going to have that connectivity to CRM. Travis showed off some of the connectors. We connect with the usual suspects as far as CRM is concerned. Sugar, Salesforce, NetSuite, Infor, and Microsoft Dynamics. Again, the usual suspects. These are all native integrations for us. Takes us roughly 30-ish minutes to walk your team through the setup. We're not using any external platform or anybody else's tool to do this integration. These are all native integrations for us. Inside of Acton, we're going to ask you for user ID, passcode, and in some instances, security token from the administrator standpoint of CRM. And then through a 4-step process, Acton wants to know what field values from CRM you want to bring in, what particular grouping of leads, contacts, suspects, targets, prospects, whatever that you want to bring in. And then we further provide you the ability to segment these individuals inside of Acton. Huge. Times past, you can create reports and specific list queries inside of CRM, and that's helpful. But now, inside of Acton as a marketing automation platform, you can create those unique and specific segments inside of our application. And then again, with segmentation, you have the ability to send out very unique, distinct, specific, relevant messages to these individuals based on the granularity of those segments. Huge. Further, media library, self-explanatory, everything you would use for marketing. Logos, images, white papers, PDF, other things inside of a media library. Cool thing about something like this is now you have an online storage repository for your whole entire marketing team to poke into this library, use particular images, connect to particular white papers and other marketing assets. One central location. The ability to push to social media, huge for lead generation. The usual suspects for social, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. cool thing here with regard to social publish, you have the ability to broadcast to those three channels simultaneously, but with differentiating content. That's important because what you're going to post to Twitter, you may very well want to change phraseology for LinkedIn and may even further want to change the look and feel for Facebook. So you have the ability to post to three channels simultaneously with differentiating content. And we're going to provide you statistics and analytics as to the performance of those posts. Important. A couple more here. Twitter dashboard. Many an organization has some level of familiarity with Hootsuite or even TweetDeck. So this Twitter dashboard functions very similarly to either of those. Is it an immediate replacement for either of those? Not so much, but it provides you the ability to do column searches out on the Twitterverse, right? What are people posting about products and services that we offer? People asking for help with regard to products and services that we offer. Are people saying good things or are they saying negative things about our competition? I want to know about that because those individuals very well could be suspects, prospects, leads for us. Further, inside of this Twitter dashboard, not only the ability to perform keyword searches, but the ability to engage. So if someone says, hey, I have a question about marketing automation, which tool do you recommend, right? A couple of things can happen. Maybe from the corporate level, you could respond to that individual, hey, check us out. Here's some information about Act-On software. Click this link and directly engage with that person, post a tweet to that individual. That's important. Have a Twitter-style dialogue with those individuals posting questions or comments. Further, if not lastly, competitive insights. Again, important here. We provide you the ability to stack rank your organization versus 10 of your fiercest competitors in terms of a number of categories. Monthly visits to your website. Are you getting more visitors in the span of a month than they are? And if they're getting more than you, what are they doing, right? You have the ability, obviously, to poke over to their website now that you have that type of data and say, hey, look, they're getting 75,000 visitors in the span of a month to their website. What's going on over there? What about social media channels? Twitter, Facebook, Google+, all the way even into YouTube. In terms of amplification, followership, how often are those organizations posting? What are they posting? Are people retweeting and sharing their posts more than they're retweeting and sharing yours? So this stack ranking is instrumental for you in keeping up with the Joneses, if not far surpassing the Joneses. Even further, many a client that I've onboarded oftentimes is struggling with maybe a social media strategy. Look, Brandon, we're ready to invest dollars and cents and human resources into social, but we have really kind of sort of no direction with which to go. I say, hey, let's take a look at what your competition's doing. What are they posting? What are they saying? And that certainly could force the light bulbs above our heads to go off, and we could formulate maybe a similar, if not strategy that we could use, again, just using theirs as a foundation. I can't necessarily give credit to an individual because I'm not necessarily sure who said it, but I repeat it often. Sometimes the best strategy is somebody else's. I'm not saying to go and steal their information or post exactly what they're posting, but if their strategy of posting information on XYZ123 is effective, why not post similar information? Interesting. That's the quick start menu. That is well into the 80th percentile of what's inside of Act-On. Let's just go a little bit deeper. Travis showed this off, which is that behavioral profile of a particular individual in your database. Could be a lead, could be a contact, target, suspect, prospect, whatever. And so now what do we have? We have this particular dashlet that gives us a 360-degree view of William Taylor's behavior, engagement with our content. How many times he's visited our website and the specific pages that he took a look at, all the way down to the web page that he viewed. Huge. Further, did he use any search terms prior to arriving on our site? We're cookieing search. Email activity, straightforward. Sense opens and clicks of messages that we have sent William. Could be one-off messages. Maybe he's part of many a bulk or broadcast that we have sent out. And again, we see the engagement for email. Viewed and submitted forms. If we took a look at a form, we would see that in here, as well as the submission. Registered and attended webinars, media downloads is the inside of any drip campaign or lead nurturing sequence of ours. Social media engagement, a custom tab. This is huge, completes the 360-degree view. All of these tabs up into the custom tab, well, not right now, everybody. How about that? All of these tabs up to the custom tab are online stuff, right? Website, viewed and submitted forms, media downloads. This custom tab we have here now provides you the ability to track offline behavior in a very unique way. We scanned his badge at a trade show. He dropped his business card in a fishbowl at an event that we co-hosted. He signed in at some registration form for a cocktail party that we co-hosted at the local whatever. That information is then transposed onto an Excel spreadsheet. That Excel spreadsheet is imported and labeled with the custom event title. We're using email address as the unique identifier. Now I can cross-reference. This guy was at a trade show and has also visited our website, opened and clicked on email messages, downloaded specific media, and the like. Huge. Completion of the 360-degree view. All of this individual's behavior to include offline stuff that he's done and or engaged with us. An all tab, all behavior in chronological order. First touch we had with him back in the day, chronologically up to where we are now. A timeline feature, even better. Same type of information in chronological order. First touch we had up to the most recent engagement. This kind of flows like, that social media style timeline, I think like a LinkedIn or a Facebook style timeline, right? Over here to the left, we're encapsulating behavior month by month. We're time stamping it here in the middle. And my favorite little featurette of all of this, the ability to take out specific tactics that may make me know never mind and take a look at everything else. Huge. Lastly, finally, Travis mentioned it, lead scoring. 82-point lead score. How he arrived at 82 points. Received messages, open messages, clicked on messages. This point value assigned to behavior and engagement as well as profile attributes is customizable by your organization. We give you a very good foundational starting block, like a template, a lead scoring template, but you quickly become the experts in this. Elementary example or otherwise, person visits my homepage, they might get a point. Person visits my pricing page, they might get 10 points. Person visits my career page, they might get negative points. Person downloads something, they get points. Person fills out a survey, they get further points, and on and on and on and on. Marketing completely appreciates this point value. Sales is head over heels in love with this point value. Because now, as a sales professional, inside of CRM, I have the ability to go into my leads universe and prioritize leads based on point value, highest to lowest. Who gets called first? The person with the higher point value gets called first. It's going to be probably a lot of people in my database with low scores, 0, 5, 7, 10. I might not get to them today. But the people with 150, 125, 115, those get called ASAP. With that, I'll put myself on pause. Haven't really seen any questions coming through chat. Any questions, comments, anything I can drill in further with regard to Acton? Travis, back to you.
All right, sounds good, Brandon. Can everybody see my screen right now?
I can.
All right, just making sure. All right, everyone, thank you for attending. If you would like any more information on Acton or on marketing automation, please feel free to contact me. My name is Travis Colley. You can contact me at tcolley@adcoresystems.com, or you can contact Kevin Sasser. He's our VP here at AdCore Systems. You can contact him at ksasser@adcoresystems.com. And again, thank you all for attending. We'll be sending out the webinar later this week. So be on the lookout for that, and we appreciate it.
Travis, always a pleasure presenting with you. Talk to you very soon.
Definitely, always a pleasure.